for the driver ID login on the PDT250 display. After the driver accepts the disclaimer, this is the first screen the driver sees. The first thing I'd like you to do is select the drop-down arrow located in the upper middle of the display unit. This will drop down a separate icon screen showing that the cell connection is good, the GPS connection is good, the sync between the display unit and the BrainBox solution, either the TVG850 or the cross-check unit, are good. This icon indicates that the unit is powered through the battery of the truck while the ignition is on. If you're seeing any other icon in this spot while the truck is ignitioned on, please contact your mechanic or support. To exit out of this menu, we select the X. Once back at the main screen, we can see that the last user who logged into this system was Rick Friend. The driver ID information is already pre-entered into the display. This speeds up the process for a driver who drives the same truck every day. In our situation for this training, we're going to change the driver ID. To do this, we simply select the text box and an alpha keypad will appear. If the driver ID is made up of numeric keys, we simply have to select the 1, 2, 3 button located in the lower right hand corner. We can toggle back and forth by selecting the ABC button. If we want to delete out the previous driver ID number, we simply select the triangle with the X icon in the upper right hand corner. Selecting this several times deletes out the previous driver ID information. I'm going to enter in a different driver ID. Please remember that your company will provide a driver ID specified to you. The driver ID entered in this video is only for training purposes. Once the driver ID information has been entered, we will select the OK button. A driver may have been assigned a password also. You can enter in the password by using the same process as you did the driver ID. Passwords are not required, and for this example, we're not going to be using a password. After the driver ID information has been entered, we can select Sign On. Once the system recognizes the driver ID information, the driver will be brought to the main menu screen for the Trim Fleet mobile application. From this screen, the driver will be able to see delivery, messages, and navigation. The driver will also see his driver ID information located in the upper right hand corner. If the company's system is set up for the driver to log in and it will automatically put him into service, the driver may see this icon that looks like a Head and Shoulders change from a red dot with a white X to a green dot with a white check. For companies not set up for automatic in-service, the driver can place himself in service by selecting the driver's name. Once the driver has selected his name, he has an option to go in service, go on break, or log out. This menu can be visited if the driver was already in service and needs to go out of service, go on break or off break, or log out at the end of the day. If it is the end of the day and the driver logs out, simply selecting Log Out brings the driver back to the main driver ID login screen. This screen may appear different as it has a phone icon. The phone icon is for Trim Fleet Communicator. Trim Fleet Communicator is an add-on feature. If you're interested and want more information on Trim Fleet Communicator, please contact your Trimble sales associate. Thank you for watching the video on DriverID login using the PDT250.